Cam Whitmore is about to take the leap in Washington. He was behind a ton of studs in Houston, and as a younger guy, wasn't really needed as the Rockets were looking to win now last season. But after the trade to Washington in the offseason, Cam Whitmore is the guy that is ready to explode onto the NBA scene. He and Trey Johnson are going to be maybe the best 1-2 scoring punch in the league when it comes to pure buckets. Now, looking at Cam Whitmore, he feels to me like Mr. Misunderstood in the league, right? Fell all the way to 20 on draft night. Could have been a top 5, top 10 pick. He's still 21 years old, and they've already shipped him off for a couple of second-round picks. Last year, he averaged 9.5 points, 3 rebounds, and assists in 16 minutes while shooting 44% from the field and 36% from 3. Now, he is a bigger wing. He comes in at about 6'7" with about a 6'8", 6'9" wingspan, something like that. And like we said, he's freakishly athletic. And now I'm really excited to see him with the Wizards because he's going to have a chance to really be cut free and do his thing and just go out there and hoop. He's had a couple of breakout games though. This year against the Lakers, he dropped 34 and 8 with 2 stocks on 13 of 19 shooting from the field, shot 7 of 12 from 3. The flashes are there. The potential is there. It's just a matter of if he's going to get a chance to show it. Like the self-creation right here in the ISO against Dorian Finney-Smith, who is a really good perimeter defender, and then getting downhill in transition and showing off that athleticism. I mean, this is coast to coast, got it in the right hand, and is going to go up and dunk it. And there's not a thing anybody can do about that in the open court. Then getting downhill right here, hanging and finishing in the air for the righty layup to get it to go over Rui Hachimura. Then right here, out in transition once again, got a 1-on-3, and he's just going to go up with the left. I mean, he pretty much floats right here. Past Austin Reeves, shout out LeBron for playing some elite defense down there. But he's just going to float with the left hand and get it to go. And then attacking the closeout off the pump fake. That is a big-time finish at the rim. Even got some defense here. I know it's brawny, but that's still some defense. And then the 3-ball. This is something that really needs to develop for Cam Whitmore if he's going to take that next step and become one of the best young stars in the NBA. Is going to be that 3-ball. If he can knock it down with consistency from distance, then he turns into a much better player than he is right now. And honestly, if he was shooting 40% from 3, I doubt the Rockets trade him. Now we take a look at this other game against the eventual NBA champions, the Oklahoma City Thunder, where he would go out and drop 27 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, and a steal on 9 of 16 shooting from the field, 4 of 8 from beyond the arc. And it's not like this is all in garbage time. He's getting some PT. He started this game with the ones going out there. I mean, he's getting his first bucket at the 11-minute mark of the first quarter. He did this from the tip-off to the end. He's got clamps as well, knocking down the mid-range right here, and then guarding Aaron Wiggins. And even though Aaron Wiggins saved basketball, there's nothing to be done there. Cam Whitmore with the clamps, getting out in passing lanes here and getting all the way down the court. And, I mean, there's not much you can do when he is going to elevate like that in transition. And that's where he really thrives because he's such a good athlete in transition. There's really no one that can stop him because of how fast he moves down the court and then how explosive he is to the rim. A little bit more defense here, playing off that drop coverage, being able to get the deflection, and then the 3-ball. Once again, when he has his best games, obviously, he's knocking down the 3-ball and shooting it well, shooting it with confidence. When he does that, he's really tough to stop. And again, there wasn't really garbage time minutes in this. This was all big-time NBA minutes against the future NBA champions. And really the fact that Whitmore only played 16 minutes a game last year showed that, yeah, he didn't have a chance to showcase his talents. Per 36 minutes, he averaged 21 a game with 6.5 rebounds and 2.1 assists per game, which is, obviously the assists aren't great, but everything else, that is a phenomenal stat line for a guy that was 20 years old for the entirety of last season. Now, the Wizards, they also go out and pick up Trey Johnson, and maybe that's a little bit of an issue because Johnson and Whitmore are both score-first guards that really just score, and that's what they do. Johnson averaged 20 a game last year with 3 rebounds, 2.7 assists, and a steal, while shooting 43% from the field and 40% from 3 at Texas. And they will prioritize Johnson over Whitmore because they traded a couple of seconds for Whitmore and invested the number 6 pick in Trey Johnson. He's 6'6" with a 6'10" wingspan. The shooting is next to none. He can shoot off the bounce, off the catch, off the move, however you need him to do it. That's what he brings to the table. Then you also have Alex Sarr, who returns as a Wizard. He's 7'1" with that 7'4" wingspan and will be in there as the second-year big man for the Wizards in the starting lineup. He's coming off a year where he averaged 13 a game with 6.5 rebounds, 2.2 assists, and 1.5 blocks in 27 minutes, shooting 39% from the field and 31% from three on 5 attempts per game. Now, the big thing for him is, can he improve that efficiency? Because yes, as a rookie, it's understandable. The three ball looked decent from time to time, and if he can get this to go in at a consistent rate, then look out for Alex Sarr in year 2. The other piece, the other cornerstone that the Wizards return is going to be Bilal Coulibaly, who they invested a very high pick in just a few years ago. 6'9" with a 7'2" wingspan, heading into his 3rd season, and he's already starting to pay off for Washington's front office. Averaged 12.3 points, 5 rebounds, 3.4 assists, and 1.3 steals in 33 minutes a game last year, while shooting 42% from the field and 28% from three on 3.8 attempts a night. He is very young as well. He'll be just 21 years old next season. Of course, they brought him right over from France. He didn't even play a year in college at just the age of 19, so still very young. I mean, if he's doing stuff like that, the crossover and then the left-handed finish, taking Jason Tatum right to the hole, look out, because Bilal Coulibaly could be in for a breakout year as well. They also have Corey Kispert, who will be going into next season at the age of 26, and he is the shooter for this young core in Washington. Yes, he's got some ups, but he is the shooter. 11.6 points, 3 rebounds in 26 minutes while playing 61 games, 45% shooting from the field, 36% from three for Kispert. I need that 3-point percentage to go up a little bit next year. They also have Bub Carrington, another one of these young pieces. Washington has one of the best young cores in the league. 10 points a game, 4.4 assists, 4.2 rebounds in 30 minutes while shooting 40% from the field and 34% from 3 on 5 attempts. And if they can get a few of these guys to take that leap, because right now they just have quantity over quality when it comes to young pieces. When they get some quality, then look out. AJ Johnson's another guy here that could take a leap this season in his 2nd year in the league after being traded as a rookie. They have Keyshawn George, who could also be a guy that could take the next step, knocking down the 3 ball here. He's a big-time 3-and-D wing. Once again, from the corner, knocking it down at about 6'8". They drafted Will Riley, who was another guy that can be a really talented 3-and-D wing or just a pure scorer off the wing. Look at the jab and go, getting right to that right hand as the bigger wing there at Illinois, using the shoulder fake, getting to the rim right here. And then they also have Jameer Watkins, who impressed in the summer league. He looked pretty solid, and at Florida State, he was really good. He's going to be the definition of a 3-and-D wing, standing at about 6'7", but can shoot and can also really defend the heck out of the ball. This is what their starting lineup will probably look like next year, with Bub, Trey, Corey Kispert, Bilal Coulibaly, and then Alex Sarr. And yes, I'm putting Cam Whitmore coming off the bench in his own breakout video, but as a 6th man next year for the Wizards, Cam Whitmore could be an absolute monster, or maybe they even move him up into the starting lineup. We'll see what happens there. Those solid pieces around him, they just need a backup big. With that being said, that's going to be it for today's video. Thanks so much for watching. Make sure to hit the like button. Leave me a comment down below, and hit that subscribe button if you did enjoy at any point. And with all that being said, thank you so much for watching today's video.